Two news stories for you. Breaking news is about Tigray conflict. Ethiopian government led by PM Abiy is considering talks with TPLF or the stakeholders in Tigray to Tigray conflict. We have been discussing in previous videos this question: will there be talks or not? Can PM Abiy start talks? Is he in a position to start talks with TPLF? Now we have a breaking news for you. Chairman of a diaspora group has met with PM Abiy 3 days ago, and the chairman has talked to AP Associated Press. We'll have a detailed look at this breaking news. Before that, just a few words on ONLF, Ogaden National Liberation Front, opposition party in Somali region of Ethiopia, has released a statement about national dialogue. ONLF says that the dialogue should be conducted by a universally accepted facilitator. So it says that Ethiopian government should not convene this dialogue. Secondly, it says that there must be consensus in Somali region first, that what are the demands of Somali region. And thirdly, it says that there must be a transparent process to select national dialogue commissioners, who are being selected these days. So it is ready to take part in upcoming national dialogue, but it wants some independent body to convene this dialogue. Now, we saw a similar demand from some Oromo organizations yesterday. Oromo organizations, ONLF, all are saying that the dialogue should be conducted by some independent body. Let's see. Now, breaking news is from Tigray, Ethiopia, Tigray conflict. American Ethiopian Public Affairs Committee is a diaspora group. American Ethiopian Public Affairs Committee. This committee requested a meeting with PM Abiy. On Saturday, the meeting took place. Chairman of the committee, Mesfin Tagino, says that the committee members were not expecting PM Abiy to meet with them. They were expecting that his deputy or some other Ethiopian government official would meet them. But PM Abiy himself walked in and he held an extensive meeting with this diaspora group, American Ethiopian Public Affairs Committee. They asked questions about negotiations with Tigray stakeholders. And PM Abiy on Saturday, in the conversation with American Ethiopian Public Affairs Committee, said, there will be negotiations, reasonable negotiations, but national interest will be kept first. Integrity of the country will be kept first. So, first confirmation from Ethiopian government that it is going to start talks with stakeholders in Tigray. We don't know with which party talks will be held, with TDF, with TPLF, with Tigray opposition parties. We don't know about that so far. But Ethiopian PM Abiy Ahmad says there will be talks. There will be negotiations, reasonable negotiations. Now, he was asked a question about the suspension of military operations. Why is that Ethiopian government forces did not enter Tigray? He said that the government wants the people of Tigray to force TPLF to start talks. That is why government forces did not enter Tigray. Now, here, an interesting point. How will Ethiopian government force or convince the people of Tigray to turn against TPLF? People of Tigray are not accessible to Ethiopian government. Ethiopian government's message is not reaching them. There is no electricity, no communication networks working there, no television channels, Ethiopian government channels working there. So how will people of Tigray receive the message of Ethiopian government? I think he is talking about continuation of siege. That siege will go on. Restrictions on aid supplies will continue. Drone strikes will also continue. And that is how people of Tigray will put pressure upon Tigray People Liberation Front to start talks, to make concessions, to find a peaceful solution to Tigray conflict. He did not say these things, but I think that is what is the planning of Ethiopian government. It will continue the siege. It will keep the supplies to Tigray blocked. It will continue air strikes, drone strikes on Tigray. Will this strategy work? I don't think so. I don't think that the people of Tigray will turn against TPLF if you keep on conducting air strikes, drone strikes, if you keep on denying them food, water. They will not turn against TPLF. Instead, they'll unite. And you'll see TPLF and TDF try to open new fronts. They'll not sit waiting for the siege to be lifted. They'll keep on fighting. So this strategy, I do not agree with this strategy. Now, while fighting is going on Tigray-Amhara border, in Volkayet, on Tigray-Afar border, yesterday, Tigray government confirmed new offensive on Afar. How can talks start now in this situation? PM Abiy is trying to do the groundwork first. There are some very loud voices against negotiations with TPLF, with Tigray. It's not an easy decision. He released a few TPLF leaders who are not functional now. They are former leaders of TPLF. But you saw the criticism that he had to face from Amhara, from some sections in Amhara region, from some diaspora members. If suddenly he announces that he's going to start talks with TPLF, he will face a severe backlash from some people, some groups in Amhara region, in Afar as well now, and in diaspora as well. So that is why he is not announcing talks now. But it seems that Ethiopian government is considering talks with TPLF. Now, talks with TPLF are on the table. It's one of the options available for Ethiopian government. We could see these talks in coming days. Maybe before these talks militarily, Ethiopian government, Amhara forces, they want to weaken Tigray Defense Force by continuing their operations in border areas, by continuing their drone strikes and air strikes. And they want the people of Tigray to realize the gravity of the situation by keeping the aid blocked. Let's see what happens. But it's a positive sign that at least Ethiopian government is saying that there will be talks. There is no denying the fact that the war can only come to an end through talks. Siege will not end this war. Even if Ethiopian government forces enter Tigray, it would not end this war. The war will go on. Only permanent, durable solution to this conflict is the start of talks. Things seem to be moving in the right direction. PM Abiy mentioned a new US envoy to the Horn of Africa as well in his conversation with diaspora group. He said David Satterfield would have ideas about this too, ideas about negotiations. So Ethiopian government is trying to keep the US on board as well with its intention to start talks. Positive development. Let's hope, let's pray that there is a political negotiated solution to this conflict. Thanks for watching.